both of your characters have sort of their own elements of special effects to them. What was the most challenging part of filming a movie that is so reliant on sort of CGI and special effects?
Yeah.
The challenging the better is what I used to say when I was a kid. And when I was a kid, you know what I would also do more than I would do anything else? I would sit or run around, and I'd sit in or run around empty spaces, imagining they were full of explosions and enemies and magical creatures.
So you've been prepared for your role all your life.
Yeah, but everyone has, right? I don't think I was alone in that experience.
Yeah.
I'm just almost entirely alone, except for my dear friends, in the experience of having never stopped doing that.
So, Ezra, Credence is a very sort of multi-layered character. How did you prepare for your role in terms of tapping to the different emotions he goes through, especially now in the second film? He's looking for who he is, he's looking for his mom.
Sure.
There's a lot of things that you go through.
Yeah. It's awesome to do something like this, though, because it's like, normally when you prepare a role, you're trying to internalize this tome of experience. And in this case, because it's the first thing I've really done where I played a character for a whole prior film, and then I had all this experience. I had Samantha Morton's incredible performance of Mary Lou Barebone in my head for a year and a half, and I traveled a lot as the Obscurial. I just would go into that and just walk. And then I'd walk the earth. But no, I would. I'd like go around. I'd go to a restaurant. I'd steal food, and then I'd get out of character, and I'd always go back to the restaurant and pay for it later. But I'd spend a lot of time just thieving, as the Obscurial, because it's like that's where, if you picture like that, all that time after this thing exploded forth and suddenly crushed all of his barriers, but the barriers were also like his home, like his, foster siblings and mother, and like everything he had, this thing destroyed. And so just being alone, being with my own sadness, I get sad sometimes. I'm not a perfect person.
Everybody does. So, continuing on that, in Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, we have this sort of bond and relationship between Credence and Nagini. Okay, cool. So can you elaborate on the dynamics of the relationship between them? Because Credence doesn't really have anyone to trust anymore, in the search of who he is, but then he has this special bond with Nagini and it sort of saves her from the circus, etc. What are the dynamics of their relationship?
I think it's just that they identify with each other, and it's almost like they share the same emotions, right? And, there's hope within the sadness that they carry.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're encouraging each other to go forth and find out what's next.
That they've found in each other a little, maybe just a little shining, glimmering glimpse of themselves. And it's ironic because Nagini is supporting Credence on this search for himself. And it's sort of that old tale of proximity where the thing you're looking everywhere for is right in the internal reality that's traveling through the landscape, but you don't stop. Dorothy doesn't realize that she just has to be like, click, click, click.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's a whole journey.